Hello, darlings. You're welcome to Z Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama recaps. Let's dive deep into the emotional twists, shocking secrets, confrontations, and jaw-dropping moments in Banni Chow upcoming episode. From Yuvan trying to kiss Banni, to the heart-stopping fight as Banni saves Yuvan and reveals the entire truth to the Rothode family, bravely exposing Devraj's dark conspiracy, to Yuvan's engagement to Niyati being unexpectedly cancelled, and Yuvan's shocking proposal to Banni. Every moment is packed with suspense, betrayal, and drama you won't want to miss. Please like and turn on your notifications for more of your favorites. It only gets more interesting. Let's dive in. It all begins with Yuvan trying to kiss Banni, telling her he likes her. Banni stops him and tells him to save his first kiss for the girl he marries. When he asks whom she will marry, Banni says she won't marry anyone. She only wants to fulfill her late mother's dream of expanding their home food delivery business globally. Yuvan innocently offers to give her his family's money to help, but Banni refuses and decides to take him home. Before they can leave, the police suddenly arrest Banni for kidnapping Yuvan. Even though Yuvan tries to explain that goons attacked them and dumped them in Ranakpur, the inspector refuses to believe him. Yuvan amusingly enjoys the police jeep ride, but Banni notices the same goons nearby and realizes a conspiracy is happening. Back home, Banni instigates the family, accusing Banni of kidnapping Yuvan. When the police arrive with Banni and Yuvan, Banni sends Devraj to take Yuvan away and continues painting Banni as a criminal. Banni boldly defends herself, revealing that the same goons who attacked her in Jodhpur appeared in Ranakpur, exposing Banni's plan. But the situation worsens when Chow finds Yuvan's late mother's jewelry hidden inside his violin bag. Banni accuses Banni of trying to steal it. Banni insists Yuvan should tell the truth, but Devraj, after threatening him, forces Yuvan to lie that Banni told him to take the jewelry. Banni is shocked but reassures Yuvan to speak the truth. Terrified, he repeats the lie. The family attacks Banni with accusations. Devraj supports her, but Hemant shuts him down and announces that Banni will now take full responsibility for Yuvan, barring Devraj from meeting him unless she allows it. Banni compares this to the movie Bagban, saying they're cruelly separating a grandfather from his grandson. The insults escalate, with Banni even mocking Banni's mother. Furious, Banni warns her to stop. Devraj steps in and gives Banni 1 day to prove her innocence. He apologizes to her on behalf of the family, but Banni refuses the apology and confidently promises to expose the truth by the next evening. As she leaves, she sees Yuvan trying to talk to her while Devraj holds him back. She finally understands that Devraj is behind the entire conspiracy. Devraj angrily drags Yuvan into his room. Yuvan pleads to go to Banni, but Devraj warns him never to mention her again. When Charmi asks how he forced Yuvan to lie, Devraj recalls threatening Yuvan that if he didn't blame Banni, Banni would be punished instead. Charmi praises him for his manipulation. Elsewhere, Kyra complains she couldn't rehearse her drama because of Yuvan's viral video. Myra calls her selfish like their mother, Banni. Banni overhears and lashes out, claiming everything she does is for her children's future. Meanwhile, Banni vents to her brother Vishnu about the Rothode family humiliating her, insulting her mother, and cruelly separating Yuvan from Devraj. Vishnu asks what she will do next. Banni vows to fight back in her own bold style and rescue Yuvan from their clutches. At home, Hemant announces a shocking decision. Yuvan and Niyati's engagement will take place in 1 week. Niyati exchanges triumphant smiles with Banni. Devraj feels heartbroken that Hemant made such a huge decision without consulting him. His sister reminds him Hemant is the father, but Devraj insists he too has a right. He is the grandfather. He wishes Banni were still around to guide Yuvan, but believes she won't return now. Niyati attempts to bond with Yuvan, but he only talks about Banni. Meanwhile, Banni remembers Devraj mentioning Pav Baji in Ranakpur and becomes convinced he's part of the conspiracy. She decides she must get access to his phone to prove it. She tries calling Devraj for help, but Vishnu jokes that Devraj can barely handle his own phone, so stealing another one is impossible. Just then, Mamisa tells Banni her food delivery clients are outside. They express concern because she didn't deliver yesterday. One client offers her a spare phone since hers is broken. Touched, Banni announces free food for everyone today. She tells herself that just as she has won her customers' trust, one day she will win the Rathod family's trust too. Devraj is deeply hurt remembering Hemant's command that only Banni can decide Yuvan's future, and that he must seek her permission just to meet his own grandson. Overwhelmed, he suffers a panic attack. At that moment, Banni calls him, insisting she is innocent. Devraj assures her he believes her and urges her to come to the house soon. Struggling to breathe, Devraj walks toward Yuvan's room. Yuvan and Niyati find him collapsing, and while Niyati runs to get help, Yuvan unknowingly answers Banni's call. Thinking she's speaking to Devraj, Banni urgently tells Yuvan to bring her Devraj's phone because she suspects him. Yuvan promises to steal the phone, but she quickly warns him not to do anything foolish. The call cuts off, leaving Banni in panic, worried Yuvan may actually attempt it. Meanwhile, Niyati brings Hemant, who sees Devraj unconscious, and orders the doctor to be called. Determined to stop Yuvan before he gets into trouble, Banni prepares to go to the Rathod mansion. Mamisa taunts her, warning she will become defamed like her mother if she keeps worrying about Yuvan. Shocked and hurt, Banni fires back that if any neighbor insults her again, she'll tattoo their forehead herself. Mamisa becomes frightened and Banni leaves. Back at the mansion, Devraj stabilizes. Hemant expresses concern, but Banni privately believes Devraj is pretending just to stop Yuvan and Niyati's engagement. She orders Devraj to finalize the guest list. The engagement will happen. Devraj then reveals the truth to Hemant. He transferred half his property to Yuvan, and after 1 year that property will automatically go to Yuvan's wife. This, he says, is why Banni is rushing to get him married to her puppet, Niyati. Hemant refuses to believe it and walks away. Meanwhile, Yuvan struggles with the idea of stealing, remembering his mother told him it's wrong. He asks a servant to write a confession on a blackboard for his late mother, then quietly sneaks to Devraj, who is dancing with Charmi. A strange tickling sensation distracts Yuvan, causing him to drop Charmi. She complains, so Yuvan takes her to a room and massages her back. While she's distracted, he finally steals Devraj's phone. Banni is racing toward the house, calling Devraj repeatedly. When he doesn't answer, she calls Devraj's phone instead. Yuvan, hiding under the dining table, quietly answers and tells her he is the phone. Banni hears his voice saying Banni's name, but Yuvan quickly hides. He then tells Banni to come and collect the phone. By the time Banni arrives outside the Rathod mansion, Devraj has already discovered Yuvan's confession written on the blackboard. The servant reveals Yuvan intended to steal his phone. Horrified, Devraj panics, knowing the phone contains his incriminating chats with the goons. Just as Yuvan is about to hand the phone to Banni from across the gate, a loud holy procession passes by. The drumbeats trigger Yuvan's trauma from witnessing his mother's death. He panics uncontrollably. Banni begs the guard to let her inside to help him, but he refuses and walks off to call someone. Inside, Myra alerts Devraj that Yuvan has run outside, but the guards won't let him leave the compound. Terrified, Devraj rushes toward Yuvan, desperate to snatch the phone before Banni gets it. Devraj angrily demands his phone back from Yuvan, but Yuvan insists he will only give it to Banni. When Devraj spots Banni at the gate, he starts beating Yuvan brutally. Banni shouts for Yuvan not to hand over the phone and starts throwing fruits at Devraj to stop him. Still, Devraj continues thrashing Yuvan. In a bold move, Banni grabs a pole, high jumps over the compound wall, and rushes to rescue him. Devraj confidently tells her to take Yuvan since he already got his phone back, but Banni laughs because Devraj is only holding the empty phone case, while Yuvan still has the actual phone. Banni hugs and comforts the traumatized Yuvan. Hemant rushes over, and Myra explains that Yuvan panicked because the drumbeats reminded him of his mother's death. Hemant sends Yuvan inside with Niyati. Devraj then tries to snatch the phone from Banni, but Banni pins him to the floor with ease and declares that she is a brown belt in karate. She uses his own finger to unlock the phone, reveals his chat messages with the goons, and exposes the entire conspiracy in front of the Rothode family, proving her innocence once and for all. Banni, terrified of being implicated, slaps Devraj and blames him for everything. Devraj's mother scolds him too. Devraj then slaps Devraj and says he always trusted Banni. Devraj admits he did all of this because Devraj transferred property to Yuvan instead of him. Devraj replies that Devraj would have wasted the wealth due to his lavish habits, just like his father. Banni says deceit runs in Devraj's blood. Yuvan then reveals another truth. Devraj physically harassed him, forced him to lie about Banni stealing jewelry, and even tried to hand over his mother's jewelry to Niyati, something Yuvan couldn't tolerate. Devraj furiously rebukes Devraj and grants Banni the right to punish anyone who harms Yuvan. With confidence, Banni confronts the entire family. She says they tried to show her place, but today they have all seen her true worth. Showing her mother's photo, she reminds them that her mother was pure, yet her character was insulted because of Devraj's lies. Hemant orders Devraj to apologize to Banni and her mother publicly. Devraj apologizes. Banni, maintaining her dignity, also apologizes, even to Banni. Banni notices blood on Yuvan's hand and asks how he got hurt. He shows her the injury on his forehead. Devraj immediately orders Banni to take Yuvan to the doctor and warns the entire family that no one is allowed to stop her. Hemant tries to convince Banni to apologize to Banni, but Devraj shocks everyone by declaring that Yuvan and Niyati's engagement is cancelled. Hemant argues that nothing is wrong with Niyati since Banni chose her, but Devraj firmly states that Yuvan needs an understanding partner, not just a beautiful one. He reminds everyone that he is the head of the family and his decisions matter. On the way to the clinic, Yuvan walks happily with Banni and says he wants to stay close to her always. Meanwhile at home, Banni emotionally manipulates Hemant, claiming Devraj insulted her and ruined her reputation. Hemant asks what he should do to fix things and Banni, smirking behind his back, tells him to follow her plan. On their way back, Yuvan tells Banni he feels happiest when she is near him. They pass a temple, and Yuvan showers flowers in front of her. A temple cleaner scolds him, and Yuvan rudely orders Banni to beat him. She apologizes to the staff and scolds Yuvan, telling him never to behave badly with innocent people. Suddenly, Yuvan tells her he wants to marry her. Banni is stunned. He says he heard married couples go to water parks and fun places, and he wants that with her. Banni explains he doesn't need marriage to stay close. Friendship is enough. Yuvan accepts happily. Back at the market, Banni buys vegetables when Yuvan begs her to stop his engagement with Niyati. She jokes that she cannot get engaged to Niyati if he refuses. Yuvan says he thought she was a superwoman who could do anything. At home, Hemant approaches Devraj with the whole family and announces a big decision. They are leaving Jodhpur and shifting to Delhi. Devraj asks why. Banni claims Devraj has turned the house into a jail and they want freedom for Yuvan. Devraj accuses them of blackmail, but she insists they are doing it for Yuvan's happiness. Outside, Yuvan becomes emotional and begs Banni never to leave him alone. She promises she never will. When they return home, Hemant bluntly informs Yuvan that the entire family will be shifting to Delhi. That's a wrap, fams. See you in the next. Much love.